All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Assumption High School for tonight's South Merriwood North crossover on the boys' side this time. It is the visiting Chequamegon Screaming Eagles and the home Assumption Royals. Chequamegon coming in at 2-2. Assumption at 0-3 or 0-4 on the year. Still looking for that first win here tonight. C-Mavs alongside Paul Jaglinski, Josh Bush pushing the buttons here tonight for us as we got two teams that Chequamegon's two losses been a combined 8 points, 5 against Spencer, 3 against Marathon, and they got one of the top scorers, not just in the conference, not just in the area, but in the state. Cooper Mikulski averaging nearly 27 points a game in the first 4 games for the Screaming Eagles here this year.
Just an impressive ball player. Can't wait to see him go ahead and play based upon the initial numbers. You know, Steve, so one of the interesting things about the Chequamegon School District is, can you think of another school district in the state where you actually drive through another school district? So it's a combination of Park Falls, which is where Chequamegon High School is located, and Glidden. Yep. But in order to get to it, you drive through the town of Butternut, which has their own school. So on literally call it an east side and a west side, you've got their school district, and then somewhere in the middle, you pull Butternut, maybe in the urban metro areas. But one of the things I'd like to ask our chat tonight is, can you think of another situation where you have a split school district like that?
Yeah, absolutely. That's unique, especially for up there, for sure. Tonight's pregame show brought to you by Next Step Prosthetics, providing prosthetics and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step and contact them today. On the other side of things, Assumption still looking for that first win. We were up in Phillips last week. They fell to a decent Phillips team. Phillips just got beat tonight in Auburndale. But a team in Assumption that you got scorer 1 is JT Schlafer. Good to have JJ Oswald back. Don't know how much JJ will play tonight, but good to have Oswald back as a scoring option. But you really need that scorer number 2 and scorer number 3. Logan Nystrom last year was that second scorer, hasn't found the rhythm yet this year.
Yeah, I'll tell you what the Royals really need, Steve, is they need a little positive momentum. A lot of things have kind of gone downhill compared to, some high expectations. You can't do anything about that other than look forward, smile, be positive. They just need to get themselves rolling a little bit. There's a lot of talent on this squad. They've got to play together. They need some positive vibes. And
last week we saw it up in Phillips. They scored early, and then Phillips jumped out to a 21-3 at one point. And granted, the Loggers really couldn't miss last week with Braden Revac had 7 3-pointers for the Loggers. So it should be see how things pan out here tonight. Chequamegon just played last night. They picked up a win last night for the Screaming Eagles. So we'll see how that plays out here tonight for Chequamegon. We have last week, Tuesday, we had a record 15 games. 10 days later, we break it again on the Zaleski Sports Network. 16 games tonight, including 2 Merriwood crossovers, Rib Lake and Marathon, and Assumption and Chequamegon. We'll give you score updates throughout the network here tonight and throughout other games throughout the state on Zaleski Sports. Go through the starting lineups. First for the Screaming Eagles is Jarrett Heckendorf. Marcus Purdy. We got number 5 over there, Mason Paholke. Number 14 is Antonio Petzel. And the man in the middle is number 30, Cooper Mikulski. And for the home Assumption Royals, starting lineup as follows: Logan Nystrom, Owen Hagen getting the start again, Chase Lieberg. We got JT Schlafer. And number 23 is Parker Verwink. So see how things pan out here tonight. Again, very privileged to see a lot of a decent talent in the central Wisconsin area. Not quite 27 points a game, but we'll see how see how Mr. Mikulski does it here tonight. And he'll be jumping center against JT Schlafer.
One thing that you can tell in warm-up, Steve, he not only does he have good touch from the outside, he's got real explosive vertical. For our Zaleski Sports Network folks, he kind of reminds me a little bit of Cameron Sherrick, where he's got that explosive vertical. So we'll see on how that goes. Not a big ball player, but really can get up.
Yeah, and wins the tip there and tipped into the hands of Logan Nystrom. And the Royals will start with Mikulski nearly picked up an early bad foul.
Good loose ball, no call. This is a great officiating crew. You got a lot of state experience going on with this particular crew. One gentleman that works in the WIAC as off the bat, there's an offensive foul called. I missed the number on
JT.
That. JT. Yep. So Schlafer, number 11, picks up the offensive foul off the bat. But again, really good crew tonight.
The last couple of matchups have gone to Assumption in this matchup, as Assumption won last year up in Park Falls by 6. A couple years ago, I think, double overtime here at Assumption for the Royals.
I remember that game, and the gym was really loud that night. That was a fun back and forth. Ryan Shaw took over in that ball game.
Marcus saw Ryan earlier tonight, watching his sister play here tonight. 15-foot floater, good defense there by JT Schlafer. And a bad shot by Mikulski and out of bounds to the Royals.
How about a shout-out to Sarah Shaw tonight? 10 first-half steals, as once again last year's assist leader per game is off to an amazing start. Defensively, if you've not watched Sarah Shaw play, you got to come check her out. It's unreal.
They have the Royals on the network next week as they take on Marathon. And then
Steve, the coat has already come off. One of my favorite dynamics is the Chequamegon coach starts off in a full suit, and by the end, the coat comes off, the tie comes off.
Schlafer for 3, too strong, and there's a foul called on the shot.
I think it's going to be after the fact, Steve, so I think he's going to call it that he's on the ground, so I don't think he's going to get the shooting foul. It's going to be after on the rebounding process.
Heckendorf picks up the foul for the Screaming Eagles. Yeah, we'll see the Lady Royals at Marathon next week, and then in Oshkosh against a very good Bondwell team 2 days after Christmas. And then, crazy to think, it's the new year.
Yeah, it's amazing to think that you're not quite halfway through from a game standpoint, but once you get to that new year, it just feels different.
Nystrom, a big 3. See if that kickstarts Logan Nystrom. 3-0 Royals. Right side for Mikulski, swings it around to the far side for Heckendorf. There's a 3 from the right side, is good for Petzel.
And back and forth we go, trading 3-point daggers.
Score update from Auburndale, 12-8 Phillips over the Eagles. On the girls' side, JT Schlafer, a finger roll to the left side.
Steve, how did you say the Auburndale-Phillips boys game turned out?
From what I heard, Auburndale won by 20.
Okay.
It was 15 the last time I heard.
The North has done, as three-point shot is up and short. The North has really held its own and had a very nice early season run on the boys' side of it.
Schlafer off the mark again. Brewing fights for it, taken away by Heckendorf and the Screaming Eagles. In the corner again. Petzel, corner 3 is good. Antonio Petzel, back-to-back triples. And the Screaming Eagles jump out on top, 6-5. Jason Vandenelzen checking in on the chat. I didn't know I paid for that. Well, Jason, I hope you didn't pay for anything. As Logan Nystrom buries a 3.
Good to see Logan off and running off to 6 early points. Again, that's that second scorer you had referenced, Steve, that the Royals really need to get off and running tonight.
There's Mikulski at the free throw line. Yeah, I don't know what kind of services Vandenelzen's paying for, but
that's one of the great things about Zaleski Sports. It's always free and it's always available as a result of our terrific sponsors. By the way, I visited Ski's Meat Market for the first time last night. Amazing brats.
There's a 3 for Heckendorf off the mark, off the top of the backboard, rebounded by Schlafer. Quickly into the front court. And Coach Paul slows things down and runs it through. 8-6 Assumption, 14:20 to go. I don't know if you've had the beef tips that I've made, Paul, but you get the chuck roast from Skis, and it is sensational.
I'm not going to lie, your beef tip roast is absolutely legendary.
Oh, and Hagen left it short, all because of all because of a recipe I found online. And just follow it, and it works out.
It's one of those skills which is absolutely legendary. Steve Maves is a man of many talents, including outstanding beef tips in terms of where it goes. Interesting that we're a little bit more than 4 minutes into this ball game, and Mikulski has not yet taken a shot or really gotten in the flow of the offense in terms of where it goes.
Yeah.
I was expecting, when you see those gaudy numbers, that the offense would kind of run through him, but that's not been the case so far.
Yeah, he had that one early shot that he just threw up from the free throw line, but other than that, JT's done a pretty good job so far defensively. Schlafer with it on the right side against Heckendorf. Lieberg swings over to Nystrom. Logan, 3 more, short. And rebounded by Mikulski. Cooper all the way to the basket. And off the mark. Good defense there that time by Lieberg. Up ahead, Vrewink right side. Knocked out of bounds by Paholke. Ritchie Funeral Home has been serving family after family in Nakusa and Wisconsin Rapids since 1957. Find the very best in personal service at Ritchie Funeral Home or find them online at ritchiefuneralhome.com. Nystrom to inbound to Vrewink. Back over Nystrom, wide open 3 from the right side is that time too strong. Paholke was out of bounds when he tried to save it.
Coach Paltz ran an excellent inbounds play, a little misdirection. Chequamegon got a little bit crossed, and Nystrom found himself wide open. I don't think he's had that much space in 2.5 years. Yeah, that's one of those deals that they got to be really careful. The way he can shoot the lights out, that's normally pretty automatic.
Good to see J.J. Oswald back in the lineup for Assumption. Off for a couple of games. There's Schlafer for 3. JT buries the triple.
And back and forth. Boy, this game has already gotten a little back and forth. JT woofing a little bit at the Chequamegon boys. On the block, there's a little woofing back and forth. Got to be careful that you don't go ahead and get Cruz riled up in terms of where that goes. Just play basketball, fellas.
Mikulski draws a foul on the floor. And it will be Screaming Eagle basketball, inbounding baseline right to our left.
Steve, interesting facts. J.J. Oswald, the son of Billy Oswald. Billy, of course, played for the Park Falls Cardinal 1999 state championship boys team. So a little bit of an interesting connection there.
Inbounds it to Heckendorf, looking for Mikulski, taken away by Ron Board. Up ahead to Lieberg, left side, lays it in for 2. And the Royals out running here in the first. Mikulski across the timeline.
Nice transition offense there for the Royals again. Out to that nice fast start, getting balanced contributions across the way.
Mikulski back out to Purdy. Right side for Petzel. Down low on the cut. May have double dribbled up and can't get it to go. Tipped around, taken by Schlafer and the Royals. 13-6 Assumption.
Good job of Logan going ahead and maintaining verticality there to go ahead and challenge that shot.
Right side for Lieberg against Mikulski. Swings around to Oswald. Down low to Board. Board out to Schlafer for 3. Good. JT again. Timeout. Screaming Eagles. We'll be back after this. Royals lead by 10. You're watching boys basketball at Selesky Sports, presented by ShedSliver.com.
Hi, I'm Shai from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Williams Plumbing, or when plumbing goes wrong, where can you turn? The answer is simply Williams Plumbing and Heating. For new construction or remodel and working with residential or commercial, you can put your trust in Williams Plumbing and Heating of Wisconsin Rapids.
Steve, of some interesting value also on the network. Early in the boys game, Wausau West 13, Spash 10 in what should be a really nice game.
There's a 3 for Purdy. And a big three-pointer out of the timeout for the Screaming Eagles.
It's amazing how the game's changed, Steve. It used to be when you played, it was Coach Jensen go ahead and pounding that ball inside. Yep. Now everyone's a three-point shooter nowadays.
Nystrom.
Including Logan Nystrom.
Yeah. Off balance a little bit there. Couldn't get his feet underneath him. Down low, Oswald right block and good. Good offense there by the Royals. Assumption back out up by 9. Get you some scores here on the network. Mostly at halftime. We'll sprinkle them in here in the first half. Our halftime report will be all scores as Mikulski gets halfway down and it pops out. Left side for Oswald. Board just right of the circle.
Good patient offense by the Royals, going ahead and making sure they get exactly what they're looking for.
Board, back out Lieberg, free throw line. The runner for Chase. Too strong. Offense rebound, though. Back out Schlafer. Pull up Jay on the baseline.
That's a sweet-looking jump shot by JT. Good decision to go ahead and get downhill. 20-9, 10:30 to go here in the first half as Schlafer off to a hot start with 10 points already.
Left side for Heckendorf. We'll talk about an electric start here with our friends over at Econ Electric. They're your local residential, commercial, and industrial electrical service provider. Since 1970, Wisconsin Rapids and surrounding areas have turned to Econ Electric. That's Econ Electric in Wisconsin Rapids. I want to give a big shout out to Assumption Royal seniors. To Assumption Royal seniors, Macy Voller and Ashlyn Dolan filling in and broadcasting the girls' game earlier tonight.
I'm looking forward to going ahead and taking a look at it. Again, sometimes you talk about really cool, unique experiences across the way. Very, very cool of Zaleski Sports to allow those young ladies to go ahead and have that experience. It's just a really cool thing.
Yeah, I asked them. They said, sure, why not? So, it's just a big thank you to them for wanting to do it. Looking forward to seeing them in softball and soccer upcoming this spring. Let's see what we got here for early score in Marshfield. DC Everest girls 5, Marshfield 2. Schlafer with 12. 2 more for JT.
Again, JT going ahead and getting anything he wants right now, inside, outside. Chequamegon does not have much of an answer for him.
Want to give a big shout out to Katie Lecton, our Amherst broadcaster and Amherst producer. Katie has been working with us since she was a freshman at Amherst. Of course, her final year now. Tonight, Amherst and Menominee Nation in Amherst tonight, her 350th game with Zaleski Sports. So,
wow.
Big thank you to Katie Lecton for her time and service. And we'll see her tomorrow night at the Christmas party. JT with 3 more, 15 in the first for JT. And the Royals out big early.
25-11 with 9 minutes here to go. Schlafer with 15 of the 25 points. That's also another formula. You don't actually have to get a second score going if you just get JT cooking.
Tiptoeing the sideline, Heckendorf. 3 more for Petzel, back rim. Tipped out there by Schleyer and rebounded by Oswald. JJ into the front court for the Royals. Gets a screen from Board. Down low to Hagen. Bad pass there by Oswald. Just like these players bring their best to the court, Ridgetop Exteriors brings top-tier performance to your home. Roofing, siding, windows, and doors. Ridgetop Exteriors has a winning strategy to protect your home. Visit ridgetopexteriors.com. Big one over in Marshfield tonight. Columbus Catholic and Neelsville. On the boys' side, Neelsville out to a 4-point lead early in that one.
Always a competitive game for that Clover Belt East Conference when those two go ahead and hook up. They've had some legendary games. I think there was a double overtime or a multiple overtime in recent years past between those two squads.
Yeah, it's not surprising. I had one last year, Auburndale and Neelsville in Auburndale to end the year, to end the calendar year. It was quadruple overtime. It was crazy in Auburndale.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Timeout, Assumption. We'll do the same. 8:04 to go, first half. 25-11 Royals. You're watching boys basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by ShedSliver.com.
Take your valuable possessions from outdoors to indoors with help from ShedsDelivered.com. It's your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. Headquartered in Loyal, Rod and April make it easy. Just visit ShedsDelivered.com to design your perfect structure. With short lead times and free delivery and installation, Sheds Delivered is the smart choice for outdoor storage. That's ShedsDelivered.com. Go today.
Welcome back to Assumption High School. We have two games that are just about to start. Merrill and Wausau East, and then another one is Loyal and Spencer. Both of those games are starting late because both of the JV games went into overtime.
That's not high-quality officiating. Like, there's only one rule in JV basketball: is JT Slaver steps back, but is unable to connect with the three. It's no overtime. Yeah, the main job is to keep the varsity game on time, right?
Tipped there by Fruwink. Schlafer to the basket. JT looks back to make sure it went in, and it sure did. JT was 17 in the first half. All the way to the basket for Marcus Purdy. And now the Screaming Eagles putting on some pressure here. 7:20 to go first half, 27-13.
Looks like kind of an interesting 125
Oh, my
look.
goodness. All the way to the basket. Somehow made it through. Owen Hagen puts it in. Timeout. Screaming Eagles, full timeout. Back after this. You're watching boys basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by ShedsDelivered.com.
At Nicolay Bank, we believe that our hometown communities are the backbone of what makes Wisconsin special. From Crivets to Manitowoc and Algoma to Grand Chute, you see a thriving community with Nicolay Bank working as a partner, acting not as a corporation, but a community. When we serve together with local entrepreneurs and leaders, great things happen. That is our guiding principle. A strong and successful hometown means a strong and successful Wisconsin. We are proud to be a part of that. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Welcome back to Assumption High School as the Royals out to a 29-13 lead here over the Screaming Eagles. JT Schlafer, 17 first half points.
Yeah, Steve, you know exactly what Coach Paltz would want. You know, a couple things. First of all, you know, he's held Chequamegon's leading scorer to scoreless so far. 11 minutes in, not exactly with what you'd expecting. And again, JT offensively has taken a flight, which has really helped build the lead as number 2.
Jarrett Heckendorf
Gets downhill for a nice finish and an and one, making this ball game now 29-15 with the free throw coming.
Visit Marshfield to see the largest holiday lights display in central Wisconsin, featuring over 2 million lights at Wildwood Park and Zoo. Open nightly now through New Year's Eve. For more information, go to visitmarshfield.com.
We just drove through that the other night. Absolutely spectacular. If you've never done that, it's really worthwhile.
Schlafer traveled. Yep. That took an extra step before the dribble. Good call there by our officiating crew. Yeah, depending on weather tomorrow, and depending on how the littles are feeling, might make a trip up there. But the snow is supposed to start at 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow night. So
based upon how they feel is whether or not.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, just that bug that goes around schools. It's never going to end. It's always going to happen every year. Just a matter of when Mikulski steps through for his first points of the night.
So once again, you know, good news for Assumption. They got off to that fast start. Mikulski has not taking a look at it, but you definitely don't want to get him going, as there's a nice dub pass by JT, and once again initiating bucket for number 21, Trey France.
Trey's first points of the night, and a good finish there by Trey as well.
Yep. Again, excellent penetration, and then seeing your buddy with JT being that facilitator that the Assumption boys definitely need.
Heckendorf all the way to the basket. Right side for Paholke. Back over to Petzel. Mikulski. Three-pointer, Heckendorf. Left it short, rebounded by Petzel. Got pushed by his own teammate. Offense rebound by Mikulski. Schlafer comes away with it.
This crew doing a really excellent job allowing game flow and allowing that marginal contact, that cylinder, that verticality be taken a look at it. Again, you really got to appreciate a crew that can allow these boys to go ahead and play and get the flow that they do.
Schlafer over to Lieberg on the left side. 5.5 to go first half. 31-18 Assumption. Nystrom right side for three. Logan, nothing but nylon for Nystrom.
Logan with his patented flex after he makes the bucket. You got to love it. He's all pumped up.
Heckendorf ahead of steam. It's going to be a jump ball. And it's going to stay with the Screaming Eagles. Culligan Water specializes in all your water softener, drinking water, and water filtration systems. You can count on Culligan to keep your water pure and healthy with unparalleled service and convenient delivery options.
Assumption out to a 16-point lead, 34-18, 5:22 here. You're watching high school sports on Zaleski Sports.
There's a three-pointer. Petzel short. Offense rebound, though, by Heckendorf. No good. Tipped up by Mikulski. Heckendorf went flying for it and out of bounds. ShedsDeliver.com is your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. See their display lots in Marshfield, Medford, and Wisconsin Rapids. And get more information at ShedsDeliver.com.
Good thought by Owen Hagen. Unfortunately, got a little bit too far underneath the basket. Still by Chequamegon, and here they come downhill.
Again, missed that time by Purdy. Rebounded by Board. Nystrom with it now. With 4:50 to go first half. All Royals, 34-18.
Really nice transition defense by the Royals.
Tipped there by Mikulski. Cooper all the way to the basket, lays it in for two.
Boy, he's got a really exciting burst to him. When he gets downhill, he's fast.
Lieberg to inbound. Score update from Auburndale at halftime. The Lady Eagles up 24-18 against Phillips.
It's a big cross-conference game for where that goes. Phillips, of course, projected to go ahead and win the North.
Step back three for Nystrom, in and out. Offense or a foul is going to be called on Ron Board.
Yeah, that's going to be one of those deals where Ronnie got caught a little bit in space with him in front of him, tried to go ahead and displace. But again, good hustle on that particular play. Anyway, Phillips expected to go ahead and compete for the North against Rib Lake. By the way, that game is they're giving Marathon a heck of a ball game over on the network. That's 19-11 in the first half. Auburndale, of course, expected to go ahead and compete for the South title. So a big cross-conference matchup over in Auburndale tonight.
Had a impressive win last night for the Blackhawks from Owen Withee on the girls' side. Not really anybody's going to compete with Neilsville on the girls' side, but a nice win for Owen Withee as Mikulski buries a three. A 25-point win for Owen Withee last night. Owen Withee's been down the last couple of years. They were at state a handful of years ago.
So my girls' state game, I actually officiated Owen Withee at state.
JT Schlafer, the hoop and the harm, as JT's going to go to line for one.
Searching for the and one, which is .19, looking for a 20-point half. Anyway, legendary head coach over at Owen Withee. When the girls program was consistently going to state. So we actually had them at the state tournament. I would say once again in their sectional, Steve, they are one of the favorites in that Northwest sectional to go to state once again in the Division 5 side of it.
And Schlafer off the mark, tipped up, rebound taken by the Screaming Eagles.
That might be about the only thing that JT has missed tonight is the free throw. He's off to a terrific start.
Mikulski, corner, Heckendorf. There's a three for Paholke, airballed it. And Mikulski comes away with it and traveled with it. Speaking of, you mentioned Skis earlier. Skis Meat Market is your locally owned. We'll take a timeout. We'll hear from Skis after this 30-second timeout. You're watching boys basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by ShedsDeliver.com.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Welcome back to Assumption High School as the Royals out to a 36-23 lead here with 3:27 to go in the first half. Ski's Meat Market is your locally owned premier meat market filled with more than 30 flavors of brats, along with chicken, steaks, beef, deli meats, local and seasonal favorites, and more. It's all at Ski's Meat Market on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point.
Tried the double beer. Those are excellent. Tried the bacon cheddar.
Ooh.
That was very good. And then I got, as J.J. Oswald launches a three but leaves it short, Chase Lieberg with a rebound and put back.
Yeah, nobody boxing out Chase and just using his athleticism to go up and get the rebound.
So 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Royals are up 38-23, 15-point lead. JT with 19, but again, lots of balanced contributions for the Royals.
There's a three-pointer for Rodriguez off the mark, rebounded by Board into the hands of Schlafer.
He was trying to go for the Nakusa Savings Bank because he was trying to use the bank this late at night, but no extended hours. As they've kind of gone to now, it looks like a 1-3-1 where they're going to try to get a trap up top.
Schlafer, that finger roll he's done so well this year, and then blocked was Vruink with 2:35 to go. Mutual of Wausau Insurance, protecting homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualwausau.com to find an agent near you.
You know, Steve, the Chequamegon program based in Park Falls, based on the Park Falls Cardinals, in '99 really had a heck of a program. Chuck Wolfel.
There's Parker Vruink on a nice inbounds.
As the Royals extend their lead to 17. So Chuck Wolfel was the head coach of that squad. For those of you that are familiar, that followed with Zaleski Sports show last year on Marathon, you got very familiar with that Wolfel name. So that over in Marathon.
And Mikulski off the mark. I think Chuck did a couple of baseball games for us in the springtime.
Okay, yeah. It's very possible across the way, but Chuck was the head coach of that particular team. Obviously, Chuck's got a son now that's starting for Marathon as well. Good hustle back and forth. That's a good, clean, hard ball. That's a good, clean ball play. Both players showing good sportsmanship, helping each other up. Love to see that out of both sides, really competing hard. You know, again, I already talked about Billy Oswald, of course, JJ's son playing here in terms of where it goes. The girls actually won the state title up in Park Falls in 1995. So that's Anna Fight, Teresa Malik. But then a name that you might know a little bit more would be Jody Pritzel. But again, Jody Pruitt, so Dr. Pritzel now, or Dr. Pruitt, I guess I should say, over at from Marshall Clinic has got two daughters playing for Newman Catholic. She also, of course, went to UW Stevens Point. So kind of a really nice, cool group of ties as Lieber gets downhill to extend it to a 19-point lead. Chase now up with 6 points.
Heckendorf lost it. Ruin comes away with it. Schlafer up ahead. He's going to slow things down. Step back three, transition three, front rim. Rebound taken by the Screaming Eagles with 90 seconds to go in this quick-moving first half.
A little bit of a heat check from JT, but when you have 19 first-half points, you should go ahead and checking the temperature.
JT is scoring 19 and holding Mikulski to just 7 here in the first. Back cut's going to be off of Chequamegon and back to the Assumption Royals with 1:15 to go. Big early score in Mosinee tonight. The Mosinee Indians lead Medford on the girls' side 26-15. And Mosinee took Lakeland right down to the wire. Lakeland the favorite to win that GNC this year on the girls' side.
In back-to-back weeks last week, Steve, Mosinee gave up 43 to Auburn, Medford gave up 43 to Auburn Clark or Rylander, and then 45 to Christina Ouimet of Lakeland. So it's one of those deals. Medford, despite a couple big performances, has played a couple of the top conference teams really tough.
It's going to be an foul, I believe, on Chequamegon's No, offense foul. Must be an offense foul on Chase Lieberg, and it is, with 51 seconds left.
The indication is that he hooked him in the post.
Rice Lake and Eau Claire North boys basketball at the Sonatag, I think that's what it's called, the Sonatag Center in Eau Claire. Brand new, beautiful facility. First high school game to be played there on the campus of UW Eau Claire.
For those not familiar with it that maybe are listening, Sonatag, as in County Materials, big marathon name.
There's the runner there for 2 for Eckendorf.
42-25, 26 seconds to go here in the first half. Assumption up 17. We'll see if Coach Baltz slows it down and holds it for one shot.
Schlafer across the timeline, 15 seconds to go. He says go, they go. And taken away by Heckendorf. The lay-in is up and good. And Chequamegon looking for the goaltend. It went in anyway. 3 seconds. Lieberg, good if it goes. Back rim. And that'll end our first half. Assumption 42, Chequamegon 27. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Get you our first half scoring and then scores from around the network and around the state here tonight. 42-27 Assumption. You're watching boys basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by ShedsDelivered.com.
Nestled in the Wildwood Park and Zoo, the Marshfield Rotary Club Winter Wonderland has dazzled families with over 1 million lights displayed. Admission is free. Cash donations and non-perishable food items encouraged. The Winter Wonderland is open November 29th through December 31st.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield.
The Sherrill Tire and Auto Service News Channel 7 Winter Wonders Coloring Contest is how kids 10 and under could win up to $500 for your school and a gift card for you. Get the details and submit your entry at SherrillTireColoringContest.com.
The biggest name in streaming and the biggest name in Wisconsin high school sports broadcasting are now in the same place. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today for easy viewing of your favorite high school sports. Find games by season, sport, or school, then sit back and enjoy. Download the Zaleski Sports app on Roku today. Get more sales, more customers, more employees, more community support. Let Zaleski Sports help you today. Our advertising rates are less than what you have in your pocket now. People just like you watching this broadcast are your next customer or team member. Plus, you'll have the satisfaction of making sure that our light continues to shine on these student athletes. Use the phone in your hand. Email us now.
At Ridgetop, we are your trusted, local, affordable exterior renovations expert. Isn't that right, Bo?
Exactly, especially when we are working on someone's biggest investment.
Can you give us an example, Bo?
Well, there was this house. We replaced the roofing, siding, and windows. Then, they left a 5-star review.
One of our thousands of 5-star reviews?
Exactly.
For your free, no-obligation estimate, call us today or go to ridgetopexteriors.com.
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale. We have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
All right, welcome back to Assumption High School. First half scoring first for the Royals. Logan Isham with 9, Owen Hagen 2, Chase Lieberg 6, JT Schlafer 19, JJ Oswald with 2, Trey France with 2, and Parker Ruink with 2. For Chequamegon, Jared Heckendorf with 10, Marcus Purdy with 5, Antonio Petzel with 6, and Cooper Mikulski with 7. We mentioned it on the outset of this game. Assumption needs more than just JT Schlafer to score. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They had 7 first half scores and en route to 42 first half points.
Well, and again, JT had 19 in the first half, but a majority of the points that were scored by his players were also facilitated by JT on great passes, kicks out, penetration down the lane, which was really an outstanding piece. So, again, an outstanding first half for the Royals. Exactly what they need. Make the halftime adjustment. Let's bring this thing home.
Scores from around the Zaleski Sports Network and throughout the state. Marathon girls up 23-15 on Rib Lake. Menominee Nation 20-15 over Amherst. That's a name change that some in the state have changed. It is still working. They used to be the Menominee Indian. Now Menominee Nation. They're still the Eagles.
That ranks right up there with Val Phillips, except for our friends at Wisports still call them Madison Memorial. So it's I'm not exactly sure how that works, but there's another example of that.
They got a beautiful brand new gym at Menominee Nation High School. Halftime in DC Everest, Marshfield 42 boys. Marshfield boys 42, DC Everest 18 at halftime. Rice Lake 38-31 over Eau Claire North and boys in the first half. At halftime at Spash, Wausau West 28, Spash 26.
That's a little bit of an upset. That's going to be worthwhile. We're going to turn that on here up in the broadcast central here to check that out. But that seems like a little bit of an upset, Steve.
Yeah, an early lead for the Warriors. Stratford 21, Athens 10 on the girls' side halftime. Loyal, one of the favorites to win the Clover Belt East on the boys' side, up 18-12 over Spencer. Marshfield, DC Everest in a tight one. 14-13 Tigers over the Evergreens late in the first half. Columbus Catholic 23, Neilsville 22 boys at halftime. Pacelli routing Wild Rose 44-16 on the girls' side. Mosney up 26-15 on Medford at half. Merrill up by 2 against Wausau East. On the boys' side, Kaukauna up by 12 against the Appleton East Patriots. Score from Medford. It is Medford and Mosney boys. We'll get that for you in a second. Phillips starting to crawl back on the girls' side.
As you got the little dribblers in the background, Claire Nelson and the Royal Lion going ahead and leading the Trump dance, as you can hear in the background. It's pretty outstanding. What a fun performance here. Shout out to Tara Dolman, Shannon Shaw, the girls varsity basketball team, actually the girls basketball program in general, not just the varsity, out there assisting the little Royals and the little dribblers as they go through the program. Just absolutely outstanding. What a fun night here at the gym.
First half score from Medford. It is Mosney 36, Medford 28 on the boys' side. We're going to take another break, come back, and get a coach's perspective on what could happen, what the Royals need to do in the second half to pick up their first win of the year. 42-27 Assumption on top over Chequamegon. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. You're watching boys basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by ShedsDelivered.com.
Econ Electric is your local residential, commercial, and industrial electrical service provider. Since 1970, Wisconsin Rapids and its surrounding area have turned to Econ Electric for all of their electrical service needs. They're certified in sales, service, and installation of Generac generators, providing you with not just more power, but also enhanced protection against Wisconsin's unpredictable weather. You can trust Econ Electric to get the job done right, done fast, and done safe. When it comes to voltage, look to Econ Electric in Wisconsin Rapids. Learn more at econelectric.com.
The Trading Post in Wisconsin Rapids is Central Wisconsin's premier antique mall, consignment, and sports shop. We're the store with more selection, more items changing daily, more chances to find something unique.
Trading Post in Wisconsin Rapids, a store you can get lost in and enjoy it.
Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
Our
Power and Find has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Power and Find Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Welcome back to Assumption High School. Royals lead by 15 here at the break. As Paul, I mentioned it going into the last break, get a coach's perspective on what Assumption needs to do here to pick up this first win of the year. Defensively have done a tremendous job, especially slowing and shutting down Cooper Mikulski, that averages nearly 27 points a game, just 7 first-half points.
Yeah, so I would say there's probably 3 things taking away on one obvious. If you get another 19 out of JT, I think it's pretty good. So that would be the first thing. Like, I'd probably tell JT, hey, if you can get us another 19, that'd just make life easier, right? That being stated, there's 3 things that I really like from Assumption. So one, I don't know if you've been noticing or not, but Brandon Peters on the bench has been bringing a tremendous amount of effort that has been contagious, right? So it's been high energy, clapping, positivity. It's what this team needs. They're very, very talented, but you know, it's kind of the case. Leadership doesn't always have to occur on the floor. So shout out to BP, as they call him, in terms of for really going ahead and bringing some positive energy. So that's one of the things you want, to keep that positive vibe going. 2, Coach Paltz has been going ahead and talking about slowing down that pace, keeping it underneath control. You've built yourself a lead, so even though you've got 42 points on the board, you're playing at your pace, your tempo. Very, very important. And then finally, you want to keep the players you want on the floor staying out of foul trouble. So nothing extracurricular, nothing where you're picking up fouls, you're not getting the bonus or anything early, just going ahead and keeping the flow of the ball game. 42 points, you're on pace to go ahead and score 84. You know, unless, of course, they're going to really change the momentum of this particular ball game, you're going to see Assumption go ahead and win this thing in a lopsided fashion.
Yeah, on the other side of things, you have Chequamegon, who started off hot. It was close early. They were hitting shots, but defensively, you have a team like Assumption that has just been needing and wanting to get over that hump. And the first 2 games, they didn't score over 45 points. Last week in Phillips, just 51. And now, like you mentioned, 42 first-half points. Gaining that momentum is going to be key, of course. But for Chequamegon, get the ball into the hands of your
Cooper
Mikulski.
Yep.
But then defensively, you have your hands full with the team. Like you mentioned, JT scores, but also facilitates all over the place.
If I'm Chequamegon and I'm really trying to get Cooper going, you know, I said they went almost 4 minutes without him really getting a quality look, and the offense was not running through him. I'll be curious to see if they go ahead and get a few screens or if they get something to really get him off and going.
He's got it right now at the top of the key. Heckendorf on the right side. Back over. Near side for Paholke. Swings it around, picks up the dribble, does Heckendorf. Right side for Purdy to the basket. The runner is short. Bruink jumped too early on the rebound, and then a foul on Lieberg. Again, a chain reaction sort of thing. Bruink didn't get the rebound, offensive rebound, then Lieberg ends up with the foul.
Somewhere our friend Jason Van Ellenhuizen, as we affectionately call Prentice, is screaming at the Zaleski Sports broadcast, 0 foot positive, as one more dribble gets downhill to get that finish. If not, go ahead and shoot the 3, he'd say.
Left side, back out to Mikulski. Top of the key for Purdy.
A little bit of a different look from Chequamegon with a little bit of a dribble drive offense now, seeing if they can go ahead and get a little bit of a movement on it.
Paholke.
Hammer pass that got tipped. Nice defense by Hagen.
Heckendorf. That's a nice offensive possession for the Screaming Eagles. Much needed for Chequamegon. 1 minute gone by, second half. Assumption leads 42-29. Steve Mays, Paul Jaglinski alongside Josh Bush. Josh pushing the right buttons and really doing the hard stuff here tonight. 3-pointer for Nystrom, in and out. Rebounded by Mikulski.
good look from Nystrom in terms of where it goes. Came off some nice elevator action. One adjustment you can see Chequamegon has made is now they're going to go ahead and they're going to pressure Schlafer full court a little bit. Not necessarily full court turn you pressure, but just try to wear him down a little bit.
There's a three-pointer left side is good for Purdy.
And Coach Paltz gets an early timeout as Chequamegon comes up, makes a run. 42-32, 16-25 left here to go in the first half. We'll be back after this commercial break. You're watching high school sports here on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
And Pittsville was at the scrimmage.
Yep.
So actually, at that scrimmage on Tuesday, Adams was at the Pittsville scrimmage. So they've actually seen each other one time this year already.
Yeah. So we're keeping an eye on Allman Bancroft and Pittsville with the opportunity for Reese Grimm to possibly break the school scoring record on Tuesday against Adams Friendship. And there's a foul on Parker Bruink after the missed shot. But yeah.
So Steve, one of the things that has plagued this Royals boys team a little bit has been early foul trouble, okay? So you're 2 minutes into the second half, and you already have picked up 2 team fouls after a pretty clean first half in terms of where it goes. That's one of the watch-outs I think that Coach Paltz has got to have, is that you wanted this ball game back at your pace, your tempo.
Right side, swings it around to Heckendorf. Dribble drive again, back out to Paholke. Mikulski all the way to the basket, gets triple teamed. Heckendorf on the left side.
Chase Lieberg did a nice job of getting his hand in to go ahead and break up that drive in the passing lane in the gap.
Right side for Purdy. There's going to be a traveling call. From head to toe, for all your orthopedic needs, place your trust in Wisconsin Nerve Orthopedics. No matter where your pain is, you'll find advanced comprehensive orthopedic care and specialized medical feedback on any injury. Learn more at WROinstitute.com. That's WROinstitute.com. Royals scoreless so far here in the first 2.5 minutes of the second half. Down low to Hagen. Good pass. Good finish there by Owen.
Nice little backdoor flex cut. You'll see that Assumption boys basketball does a really nice job of working that short corner on the backdoor baseline. Good execution.
Mikulski all the way to the basket. He gets fouled, and we'll head to the Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel free throw line. Call Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro like it never happened. See what kind of shooter Mikulski is from the free throw line.
My guess is he's probably going to be a pretty good free throw shooter, Steve. Which, of course, is the announcer jinx. No, missed choice. So.
Oh, almost got him.
It's not a very high arcing looking stroke, I'll tell you that off the bat. It's one of those deals where you can even see it on his three-point shot. It's more of a direct line drive. But again, I think sometimes when you get that type of level of explosiveness, it's probably a little bit different.
I was just going to mention his three-point shot. It is a line, and there he goes. Off of the Royals, Hagen and Lieberg, miscommunication, and the Screaming Eagles will get another possession.
So 44-33, an 11-point lead here, 15:06 to go in the second half. Royals with the lead. Yeah, so again, that's good. That's going to be called on Schlafer on just an obvious hold, and that's their third team foul here in the first 3 minutes. That's been an issue that's plagued this squad that they've got to be able to learn to play through. You want to be aggressive, and that's what the officials kind of talking to them about right now. You want to be aggressive, but nothing silly. You got to have some freedom of movement there.
Again, you mentioned it at the outset, just how good this officiating crew is, and to go in there and just say calm things down and figure it out.
Yeah, honestly, these are three of the best officials in Central Wisconsin. I know I've mentioned that one time, but I just want to kind of reinforce again. If you've looked at the flow of this game and what's been called, it's been truly outstanding. These are three gentlemen that I take working a ball game in a big spot anytime that you can.
15 minutes to go. here in the second half. 44-33. Again, the pressure being put on again by the Screaming Eagles. There's an offensive foul on Ron Board. And fourth team foul here in the second half.
Coach Fultz going ahead and calling for a flop, but again, I thought that it was a good job of squaring up. Ron lowered the shoulder. That's a bang, a 50% call. But again, from the vantage point that I had up here wearing the stripes, I thought it was a pretty good call. So 44-33, that's the fifth team foul now with 14:44 to go, Steve. The one thing you don't want to do.
There's a three-pointer is good for Purdy. He's got 2 threes and a half, and it's just an 8-point game.
And with that, 44-36.
Intercepted by Heckendorf. Heckendorf comes back away with it. Down low, finger roll, hoop in the harm for Mikulski.
Boy, I'll tell you what, the Eagles have really come out of the halftime, made a heck of an adjustment, cut it to a 6-point lead with Mikulski going to the line to go ahead and cut it to 5. Next team foul for Assumption puts them in the bonus, so 14:25 to go here in the second half. And Assumption, or Chequamegon, will be shooting free throws from this point out. That's a massive... Again, it was one of the issues you had made mention, Steve, at the halftime. Like, that's a massive problem Assumption has to try to avoid.
Mikulski puts it in. Foul trouble for Assumption. Nystrom's got 2, Bohr's got 2, Lieberg's got 2, and Schlafer's got 3 for Assumption. Oswald with it. And throw. Oh, my goodness. Oh, similar to Owen Hagen's layup in the first half. Just throw and pray, and it finds Logan Nystrom.
One of the things that JJ's got to be careful there is that he's catching the ball in one of the worst trap zone spots you have. You got to get yourself a little bit more depth, get yourself a little bit more in the middle.
Lieberg on the right side, Schlafer top of the key. First time JT's really had the ball in this half. Nystrom, three-pointer. It's a good shot, and the official here is going to count the shot and the foul, trying to get through the screen.
That's a huge bucket by Nystrom to go ahead and so count the basket. So it's going to extend the lead to 47-39. Following it, you're going to have a foul fighting through the screen on number 14.
Antonio Petzel.
And it's going to result in Royal ball underneath the basket. So again, gets the explanation. Chequamegon coach has no problems with it. I thought it was an excellent call by the crew. Great officiating to go ahead and communicate, does the shot happen first beforehand or not.
Right side for Oswald. Swings around to Schlafer. Could be a 6-point possession here for Assumption. JT for 3. Got it! Schlafer buries the triple.
JT looked like he took a little bit of contact after that. Gets up kind of holding his sternum a little bit. Don't want to pick up another one, and there's going to be 4 on JT. That's a frustration foul if they end up calling that on JT, and it is. That's his 4th.
Nope, they gave it to JJ.
Oh, they gave it to JJ. Even better. It's a great spot in terms of where it goes. But JT definitely was frustrated with what he felt was a non-call and then kind of had an attack. But here we come with that's why I saw it. So it's a 1-on-1 bonus. When he held up the 1-on-1, I thought that he had it on 11.
Honest mistake. We're far away.
I had bad eyes.
Jarrett Heckendorf at the free throw line. First one for Jarrett is, oh my goodness.
The friendly roll.
It hit the back of the rim and just died and rolled in. 10-point game, 13:38 to go.
Massive swing of momentum possession down there for the Royals with the back-to-back threes for the squad.
And Mikulski comes away with the rebound. Flying high is Cooper. And steps through. 2 more for Heckendorf.
And now there's a little bit barking back and forth from Chequamegon and Heckendorf as they take a look at it. Again, want to make sure that we're playing basketball. The Chequamegon coach is fired up. Everybody's ready to rock and roll. If you're not watching this ball game, call your friends, call your relatives, tell them to turn into Assumption High School. We got a great ball game. 8-point game. Royals with the lead, 13-10 to go.
You mentioned the atmosphere a couple of years ago in the double overtime game. Getting similar to that. Nystrom in and out, tipped up, rebound taken by the Screaming Eagles.
That ball was halfway down. Logan had already started his flex. He was ready to rock and roll.
Purdy for 3 off the mark. And a foul is going to be called on Norson Rodriguez. And it's going to be Assumption basketball with 12:54 to go.
There's a terrific job of boxing out by number 12, J.J. Oswald. Really positioned well, kept him on his back, secured it. So 12:54 to go, 8-point game. Once again, Chequamegon showing a little bit of full court pressure.
Dominic Seabury back into the game, number 33 for the Screaming Eagles. Lieberg on the right side.
It's not truly a box and one, but they have definitely decided to go ahead and face guard JT the length of the floor.
Oswald fades.
Forced.
Rebounded by Mikulski.
Chequamegon coach going ahead and employing the Eagles to go ahead and drive the floor.
All the way to the basket. Wow, got the English on it for Purdy.
That's a heck of a drive. 50-44, 12-19 to go here, Steve. We've got an absolute barn burner.
Across the timeline for Nystrom. It was a 15-point Royals lead at the break. Down to 6 with 12 minutes to go. Oswald with it, intercepted, taken away by Purdy. The layup is good for Marcus Purdy, and it's a 4-point game with 12 to go.
Assumption really needs to go ahead and get JT back involved. The offense runs best when it runs through JT.
There's going to be a foul on the drive by Jarrett Heckendorf, just his second.
They got to find a way to get him isolated. So again, only 3 points in the set here in the second half after 19 in the first half. Not so much that he's not scoring, Steve, but they are best when JT is creating for them. And right now they're settling for shots and other players are touching the ball. It has to be JT Slafer for Assumption that's really driving that offense.
Ian Schleyer into the game, big number 44 for the Screaming Eagles. Back out to Trey France.
I thought Trey was going to go ahead and pull that, but coming right off the bench, probably a good decision to go ahead and work himself into the flow of the ball game.
There's Trey for 3, left wing, off the back rim. Rebound taken by Seabury.
Seabury, the man of the outstanding mullet. Love it. Such a great look. For those of us that can't grow hair, it's one of those deals. We're just jealous.
Mikulski, Purdy, 3 more. In and out. Nice rebound there by Vrewink.
Assumption choosing not to go ahead and get out in transition. Again, controlling that tempo. 11-13 to go here in the second half. 50-46. Assumption leads by 4.
France on the left wing gets a screen from Vrewink. Left side for Hagen. Down low to Vrewink. Foul's going to be called on Chequamegon. Metallico in Wisconsin Rapids is one of North America's largest aluminum built and slab producers. Come get to know Metallico and how their mission, visions, and values set them apart. Find your future job in Metallico and apply online at metallico.com.
Quick score update from the network. The Marathon girls lead Rib Lake 35-25, 13 minutes to go in the second half.
Nystrom inbounds it, finds his outlet to Hagen. Down low to Vrewink, finds a cutting France, tipped by Mikulski, taken away by the Screaming Eagles.
Assumption looking for a little backdoor action.
Heckendorf, there's going to be an offensive foul on Heckendorf with 10:49 to go.
Nystrom gets up all excited in terms of where it goes. Good opportunity, good job going ahead and absorbing the contact, staying square. Did not get out of legal guarding position, went ahead and kept his chest out. Contact came through. 50-50 call goes in favor of the Royals. 10:49 to go, still a 4-point ball game.
Jarrett Heckendorf picking up his third foul. He's got 14 tonight for the Screaming Eagles. 10:45 to go, 4-point Royals lead. Nystrom steps back over to Hagen on the left wing. Down low to Vrewink, skips it out to Nystrom. Heckendorf continues to face guard Schlafer. Left side, Hagen for 3. Airballs it, rebounded by Mikulski.
So you really have seen Chequamegon also go away from Mikulski.
There he is, 3-pointer. Cooper, too strong. Rebound taken by the Screaming Eagles. Number 5, Mason Paholke. There's a 3-pointer. Purdy in and out, rebounded by Paholke again. Rebounded by Mikulski.
Assumption needs to go ahead and do a little bit better job boxing out. It looks to me like they're kind of either playing a pack line, which is what it looks like at this point. But again, their 2 bigs, Lieberg and Vrewink, are not doing a great job controlling the glass.
Good defense that time by Vrewink defensively. Rebound taken by the Royals.
Chequamegon coach going ahead and working passionately for what he felt was a foul. I thought it was pretty good verticality there.
Nystrom, step back, swings around to Lieberg on the left side. Schlafer, left wing, 9:30 to go here in the second half.
JT with a touch. They're going to go ahead and set up a high pick and roll for him. I would expect to see that they're going to do that a little bit more down the stretch, Steve.
Lieberg with it. Free throw line, and he traveled with it. have Quality Plus Printing design and print for you. Invitations, tickets, booklets, banners, labels, postcards, programs, and so much more. All done with amazing custom work, quick turnaround time, and awesome customer service. Visit they took out the visit QP Printing, but Quality Plus Printing, getting your words out. They took out the URL on my read.
It's just one of those deals. What's an amazing behind the scenes, folks, is that most of these reads are there, but Steve can actually do them off the top of his head without really kind of even taking a look in terms of how it works. It's really an honor to go ahead and work with Steve to watch him watch the master at work.
9:10 to go in this one. 4-point Royals lead.
Little backdoor screen action, and it's going to get called as a moving screen. But again, tried to go ahead and kind of mirror an assumption play where they got low on the baseline. Unfortunately, they got there on the late screen, and now with 9:06 to go, both teams are in the bonus. So each foul from this point on, other than, of course, an offensive foul or a team control, is going to result in free throws both ways. So Strapping gang, a little bit of a different feel in the second half than the first half.
Petzel and Heckendorf both with 2 fouls. Nystrom the finger roll. Timeout. Chequamegon will do the same. 8:58 to go. Full timeout. Screaming Eagles. We'll be back after this. You're watching boys basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by ShedsDelivered.com.
Take your valuable possessions from outdoors to indoors with help from ShedsDelivered.com. It's your one-stop shop for sheds, barns, cabins, garages, greenhouses, chicken coops, and hunting blinds, all crafted by skilled Amish artisans. Headquartered in Loyal, Rod and April make it easy. Just visit ShedsDelivered.com to design your perfect structure. With short lead times and free delivery and installation, Sheds Delivered is the smart choice for outdoor storage. That's ShedsDelivered.com. Go today.
The Sherrill Tire and Auto Service News Channel 7 Winter Wonders Coloring Contest is how kids 10 and under could win up to $500 for your school and a gift card for you. Get the details and submit your entry at SherrillTireColoringContest.com.
All right, 9 minutes to go in this one. 52-46 in favor of Assumption. Reminder that our Key Savings Bank postgame show, it's going to be an interesting one for sure. Whoever wins this game, it'll be a fun interview afterwards. But we'll talk with a winning coach and a player from either team here tonight. Heckendorf tries a 3, open. Oh my goodness, in and out. Unlucky there for Jarrett Heckendorf.
That's a home court. We do not want that ball to go on the rim. That thing was 3/4 of the way down and kicked out. There's actually been a couple of those by Nystrom tonight, so it all balances out, Steve.
Owen Hagen gets a screen from Ron Board. Back out to Nystrom on the left side. Hand down, man down. Nystrom got it! Logan Nystrom buries the 3.
That is, I believe, his 4th three-pointer of the night. 5th of the night.
I think there was a delay of game warning or something on Assumption.
55-46, 8:20 to go here in the second half. I'm just trying to think. The math on that doesn't work, Steve. If he's got 14 on the ball game, he can't have 5 threes.
No, they missed a point then.
Okay.
He had 9 points in the first half. There's a 3-pointer. Good. There's a 3 for Petzel. He's got 9. He's got 3 3-pointers.
And back and forth we go. 55-49, 7:56 here. And once again, Schlafer is able to dissect the full court pressure, but Hagen misses the putback. Great rebound by Board. Lieberg goes ahead and steps into it, chooses not to shoot it.
Schlafer back on the right side. I got Nystrom for 17. What do they got?
14.
Yeah, see, they missed a 3-pointer.
They missed one. There you go.
Gave it to somebody else. Schlafer with it. And easy call there as Heckendorf just picked up his 4th foul, and JT's going to the free throw line. The Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel free throw line.
There you go. Thanks, man.
Call Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro like it never happened. Again, we use Serve Pro. We used Williams Plumbing and Heating. Mostly Williams Plumbing, but Williams Plumbing and Heating does a nice job. And, it's big shout out to all of our sponsors for sure.
So Schlafer steps to the line on the front side of the single bonus with the 6-point lead.
All for one in the first half. Drains the first, earns the second.
Point 23 for Assumption. So, Steve, you talked about at the beginning of the broadcast the importance of Assumption finding that second scorer. So we're going to use your book, 17 for Nystrom, 23 for JT. That's 40 of the 56 points. It's exactly kind of what you're looking for.
One more there for JT, not JP, JT. 7.5 to go in this one. Royals back out to an 8-point lead.
9 more big points out of Lieberg at this point.
Yep.
So again, you're talking a big production from the big three, but again, that's okay as long as you can continue to go ahead and drive shot opportunities for both.
That's who they gave the extra 3-pointer to. I've got Chase for 6. There's a pull-up J for Mikulski.
Boy, now that's an impressive piece of vertical. That little pull-up jumper from 15 feet is pretty unstoppable if you can get up that high.
Schlafer across the timeline, 7 minutes to go.
Interesting that they've gone ahead and made with the foul trouble. It's now Cooper that's go out there guarding JT.
Mikulski picks up the foul. Schlafer heading back to the Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel free throw line. Call Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro for the number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro like it never happened. That's Mikulski's first.
Mikulski's first, 18 fouls for Chequamegon now, so still in the single bonus in terms of where it goes, although they're going to call that in the act of shooting. So you're talking 57-51, 6:47 to go. Assumption up 6 with Schlafer looking to extend it back to 8.
In and out there for JT. Skis Meat Market in Stevens Point is a perfect place to find a huge selection of brats, beef, chicken, and more. Get your specialty grocery items, deli meats, and even bring in your wild game. Get all at Skis Meat Market. Their quality is with the stop. Schlafer 1 for 2 from the line.
They have a really good-looking pizza there that I was wondering if anybody in the broadcast has gone ahead and tried. It's a frozen pizza, but it looked really good.
Bodies hitting the floor on both sides. Left side for Paholke. Back over to Purdy. Back Mikulski all the way to the basket. Finger rolls it in for the big fella.
58-53, back to a 5-point lead. Or down to a 5-point lead for Assumption. 6:19 to go here in the second half.
15 for Cooper tonight. Right side for Nystrom. 6:10 remaining. 5-point Royals lead. Hagen on the left side. All the way to the basket for Owen. He scoops and scores.
Nice take in terms of where it goes. Coach Balt's going ahead and getting him set up into a zone look. So a 2-3 zone now for Assumption.
Mikulski 3. He's going to get fouled and head to the free throw line. In a quick release 3 for Mikulski, and he'll head to the free throw line. Foul on Owen Hagen.
Somewhere the Assumption girls basketball team is looking up at me as I would always scream, never foul a 3-point shooter.
Next Step Prosthetics, providing prosthetics and orthotics throughout central Wisconsin. Take your next step and contact them today. Mikulski's first one is good. Rapid Sheet Metal Heating and Cooling, they place your comfort at home as their highest priority. Not too hot, not too cold. That's the plan with Rapid Sheet Metal in Wisconsin Rapids. Give them a call or find them online at rapidsheetmetal.com.
Steve, you look up, and we were kind of talking about Mikulski was held in check in the first half. That is his 17th point, 5:56 to go, pretty much on average. Anyway, there's a timeout on the floor. We're going to take one as well. Thank you for watching high school boys basketball here on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eclair.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Nestled in the Wildwood Park and Zoo, the Marshfield Rotary Club Winter Wonderland has dazzled families with over 1 million lights displayed. Admission is free. Cash donations and non-perishable food items encouraged. The Winter Wonderland is open November 29th through December 31st.
A lot of good games on Zaleski Sports tonight. Check them all out, ZaleskiSports.com. You got this one. You got a barn burner at Spash. Got one at Marshfield Columbus. A lot of good games. 16 games. You got to have some good ones around the area.
Marathon Rib Lake Girls is highly competitive with 8:30 to go.
And Mikulski goes 3 for 3 from the free throw line. 11 second half points for Cooper.
So 60-56. This is as close as Chequamegon has been in a long time, down to a 4-point lead. Let's see what Coach Paltz is going to want to do offensively. My assumption would be he's going to try to get it into the hands of JT Schlafer.
Sherrill Tire and Service is your local choice for auto repair and tires in Stevens Point, Wisconsin Rapids, and Wausau. You'll find great prices and dependable service every time with Sherrill Tire and Service. Lieberg finds his outlet. Logan Nystrom in the backcourt. 5:40 left, 4-point Royals lead.
Tied at 38, Steve, over at Catholic Columbus with Columbus and Neilsville. 2:24 left to go in the second half.
There's a roll there by Board. Back out to Hagen. Down low to Ron Board. Ron turns back out. Hagen open. Corner three. It's good.
Huge shot from the senior, Owen Hagen, extending it back to a 7-point lead as he buries the corner triple. Good patience also by Ron Board, controlling that ball in the post. Good things happen when you touch the ball in the post. Assumption staying in the 2-3 zone. Is that a little bit surprising for you, Steve?
Purdy. Oh, he's going to get called for an offensive foul. Oh, my goodness. The shot went in, but he gets called for an offensive foul. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
I think I was more impressed that the shot somehow went in.
Wow. That is a huge play in this particular ball game.
5 minutes to go, 63-56.
Coach Paltz imploring the boys to take their time, run the offense. Nystrom down the lane.
Hagen
says, I got it again.
And and again, the Royals running into each other on the rebound. That's good hustle. It just Purdy, Mikulski, and it was touched by Poholke. Fill your home with the best from Home Furniture, sofas, sectionals, beds, recliners, lighting, tables, rugs, and so much more. Stop by and kick your feet up and find the perfect fit for your home. Home Furniture with locations on Grand Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids and on Post Road in Plover.
Coach Paltz out and applying the transition defense, going ahead and keeping the Eagles off the board and maintaining the 7-point lead.
Schlafer, right side, back out to Lieberg. That three-pointer by Owen Hagen. There's going to be a foul there on Poholke, and Chase Lieberg will head to the free throw line for double bonus free throws with 4.5 minutes to go. Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel free throw line. Call Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro for the number one choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro like it never happened.
The one thing you know when these two teams get together, it's typically always a really highly competitive ball game.
And we mentioned earlier a couple years ago as double overtime here last year, just a 6-point Royals lead or win up in Park Falls. And right now up to an 8-point lead with 4:24 to go.
You know, Steve, a little bit of an unsung hero in this particular ball game is Owen Hagen. At the half, we had talked about the need to go ahead and have additional scores as Lieberg knocks down both free throws, gets himself up to 11. But Owen's up to 9 points in this particular ball game as well. So you've got 4 Royals with 9 points or more.
Three-pointer left short, and Owen comes away with the rebound. 7 second-half points for Hagen, including that big three-pointer.
Yeah, I mean, that's a senior stepping up in a moment when you take a look at it. If Assumption's able to pull that out, he might be a great player of the game candidate.
Schlafer back out to Nystrom. Hand down, man down. Bang for Nystrom.
Nystrom with the patented flex. He is pumped up as he went ahead and knocked it down. You got to love it.
Full timeout taken by Chequamegon. Royals lead by 12. You're watching boys basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by ShedsLiver.com.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
The Sherrill Tire and Auto Service News Channel 7 Winter Wonders Coloring Contest is how kids 10 and under could win up to $500 for your school and a gift card for you. Get the details and submit your entry at SherrillTireColoringContest.com.
Royals lead by 12. As we remind you that Williams Plumbing and Heating is locally owned and operated right here in Wisconsin Rapids. For all your plumbing and heating needs, why look anywhere else? Call Williams Plumbing and Heating or find them online at williamsplumbingwr.com.
So after cutting it to a 4-point lead, Assumption is on a little mini 8-0 run and has extended it back to 12. So 3:52 to go here in the second half. Both teams in bonus, 12-point lead for Assumption, looking to go ahead and get on to get their first tally in the win column as we come down the stretch.
Take on Edgar next Tuesday. That game likely on Celeste Sports, but we'll see how Reese did in their loss tonight against Allman Bancroft for Pittsfield girls. Heckendorf all the way to the rim. Can't get it to go. Tipped out by Lieberg.
You know, again, shout out to Allman Bancroft. That's a big win for them and a potential game-changing win in the conference. You know, Pacelli probably expected to go ahead and win that, but I thought Pittsfield would really go ahead and compete for that. Allman says we're going to be a factor on that, which is pretty solid.
Purdy to inbound. Paholke. Purdy in the corner. Dribble drive. Steps through. Offensive foul. And that's going to be Purdy's third. And another offensive foul called on Chequamegon. Key Savings Bank is banking made easy, from personal banking and wealth management to mortgages, loans, and business banking. Business banking with locations in Wisconsin Rapids and Rome. You'll always have helpful, knowledgeable staff with a smile. Bank local with Key Savings Bank in Wisconsin Rapids.
As opposed to talk about a game management situation here, let's talk about the fact that Neilsville is up 44-42 on Columbus Catholic, shooting free throws right now on the line, making it 45-42, 32.4 seconds to go here in that particular ball game. That's going to be a big one over on the network. In the meantime, Rib Lake has gone ahead and tightened that ball game with Marathon, as that's now 42-38, 5:37 to go. Neilsville makes both free throws 46-42. Steve, you know it a little bit better than I do. Is Neilsville is that an upset? Is it not?
This year with Columbus, I don't think so. Neilsville has a handful of guys coming back, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I don't know what the line for that conference is supposed to be or whatnot, but yeah, it's a big win for the Warriors nonetheless.
That's awesome. Well, we're ready to get back to play here at Assumption as Chequamegon goes ahead and puts on the full court pressure. Assumption doing a much better job going ahead and breaking that.
Nystrom with it on the right side. Hands off to Owen Hagen against Heckendorf. Jarrett's got 4 fouls. Left side for Lieberg. The one thing that stood out to me, besides Assumption going to run a lot of clock off here, is that Chequamegon has no seniors on their team. As Mikulski steps through, got it, and one for Mikulski. Again, just looking at their roster, filling in my scorebook, no seniors on the Screaming Eagles team this year.
How old is Mikulski? Is he a junior? He's a junior. I'll tell you what, really impressive ball player. Can't wait to go ahead and see how he's going to continue to develop as he goes ahead and racks up another 20-point night. So, I mean, really for Chequamegon, they're led by 3 scores in double figures. So you've got 20 out of Mikulski, 15 out of number 4.
Purdy.
And 14 out of number 2.
Heckendorf.
10-point ball game, 2:52 to go. Assumption's just got to take care of the ball, and that'd be really tough for me to take it out of JT's hands at this point.
There's Lieberg on the right side, gets a screen from Board. Back out to Hagen. Owen had a big second half. Hagen back out to Nystrom. 2:30 to go. No rush.
Yep, you want to get that ball back in JT's hands, let him go create, because that's why.
Finger roll to the basket. Schlafer rolls it in.
As he goes ahead and takes a look at it, I didn't know who was going to had a better chance of dunking it. Coach Baltz following him or JT in the basket.
Rebounded by Hagen. 2:15 to go. Royals a 70 spot here tonight.
And now the Royals can really start to go ahead and sense it as they take a look at building that ongoing momentum.
Oh, lights went out here.
maybe that's foreshadowing for what's happening to Chequamegon at this point. As Lieber gets down the lane.
Misses the layup. Lights have gone out here. One of the banks at Assumption. The roll-in for Mikulski is no good.
And there's going to be a flop warning. So, again, this is the first time that you'll take a look at it. So what ends up happening with it is that the WIAA has instituted a new rule. It's going to be a flop warning. No big deal. It's going to turn out to be a delay of game warning. And the delay of game warning essentially is separate than the other delay games warning. So there's now 5 delay game warnings, the flop being one of those delay of game warnings, but it doesn't take a look at it.
Looks like a light may have fallen. Or we'll see what oh, there you go. Oh, light switch. There's a technical foul on number 2, Owen Hagen, I believe. That's what the...
Now that is what Assumption does not need.
Yeah,
they've played so well and they've been so composed. You do not need that.
And Mikulski will head to the free throw line for the technical free throws.
And the other thing that's big about that is that you had the flop warning, but it was going to result in Assumption basketball because the layup was missed. But because of the tee, it's going to end up being Chequamegon ball after the fact.
And 2 for 2 for Mikulski. Made a Custom Apparel specializes in providing quality decorated apparel, including from corporate casual, team uniforms, and promotional items to sporting goods and awards. Find just what you need to keep you looking great. Learn more at madacustom.com. That's MADAcustom.com.
So a minute and 53 to go. Assumption up 11 points after the made free throw by Mikulski. And Assumption just needs to go ahead and settle in here. So sticking in that 2-3 zone.
Heckendorf hands it off. Back out to Mikulski. He steps into a 3. Got it! Cooper Mikulski's first 3 of the second half.
Up to 24 points, 70-62.
With 95 seconds left. Football pass up ahead to Schlafer. Goes to the basket. JT finger rolls it in. I'm not going to give him a dunk on that.
I don't think so, but that being stated, it was the right play to continue to attack the basket there, Steve. It's one of those deals where Schlafer up to his 29th point, but he wants to continue to just attack. Minute 12 left to go. Assumption up by 9 points here.
And Jared Heckendorf's night is over. Like Carrie Van Ert with State Farm, be your go-to for all your insurance needs. Carrie and her staff are always there to help you understand your options and come away with the right coverage for you. That's Carrie Van Ert with State Farm in Wisconsin Rapids.
JT going to the Jamie Wenzel Surf Roll free throw line, going ahead and searching for his 30th and 31st points of the night. What a terrific performance as we have... Oh, it's his 5th foul, so yep. I was looking at the clock wondering why we had that on there. That's a new feature. I'll tell you what, the Assumption clock crew going ahead and stepping up the ball game. I have not seen that done before.
Investor's Choice is Wisconsin Rapids' choice for financial investments, understanding markets, and helping you come away or help you keep a well-rounded financial well-being is as simple as visiting Investor's Choice for a conversation. That's Investor's Choice in Wisconsin Rapids. JT, a career high 30 points tonight. He could become a 1,000-point junior or 1,000-point scorer his junior year as well.
Absolutely. Actually, JT, if he keeps up the pace, has got a chance to be his senior year Assumption's all-time boys leading scorer as well.
Across the timeline with 1 minute to go. Right now, the all-time leader is Coach Ryan Klein, I believe.
That is correct. 1,500 some points, so JT's definitely got a shot to go ahead and get there, as he's got a chance to extend it to point 31 and 32. So a 7-point ball game still in question, 52.7 to go. Schlafer back to the line, looking to go ahead and extend it to back to 9.
Heading back to the Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel free throw line. Call Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro for the number 1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro like it never happened. Schlafer's first free throw is good.
Got the first, extending it back to an 8-point lead, 74-66. Really a high-scoring affair, yeah. Steve. You know, again, Chequamegon showing a lot of fight after a really slow start to this ball game. They've really made a run here in the second half.
Play for 1 for 2 again from the free throw line. 50 seconds to go. Mikulski back out. Purdy for 3. Off the mark, rebounded by JT again. And foul is going to be called on Paholke. And Schlafer is going to go back to the free throw line. Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel free throw line. For internet, TV, phone, and monitoring, think no further than Solaris here in Wisconsin Rapids. You deserve internet you can count on, and nothing, I honestly mean nothing, compares to the power of Solaris Fiber Internet. Visit Solaris.net for more details. I have been in contact with Solaris the last couple of days with internet not slowing down, but slower than it has been, and I contacted them. They took a look at they have it all computerized. They've got everything. They said you haven't reset your router in 375 days. And so I unplugged it for 30 seconds, plugged it back in, and it's back to normal. So
I didn't even know that was a thing, so I'm just going to take a look at it. Again, if there's been one kink in the armor for JT tonight, it's been the free throw shooting. One of the more underrated portions of his game is Mikulski shoots the three and misses. One of the most underrated fashion of his game is his ability to go ahead and get a rebound. Chase Lieberg, who's also another very good free throw shooter, decides to go ahead and hang on to that particular loose ball. 28.5 seconds to go, 74-66, as Assumption looks like they're going to go ahead and notch their first win of the season.
Yeah, we'll talk to head coach Josh Pultz in our Key Savings Bank postgame show here tonight. The Royals will pick up their first win of the year against a Chequamegon team that will make some noise in the Northern Merriwood this year, no doubt about it. So good luck to the Screaming Eagles the rest of the way in their season. I'm sure we'll see them again against another South team down the road.
Congratulations to the Neilsville boys who picked up a big win on the network tonight at Columbus Catholic.
There's a three-pointer nearly banked in. Schlafer comes away with the rebound, and they say no fouls. And Coach Paul says no shots. Chequamegon says no fouls. And the Assumption Royals will pick up their first win of the year in a high-scoring fashion, 76-66. Congratulations to the Assumption Royals. Good luck to the Screaming Eagles of Chequamegon the rest of this year. Key Savings Bank postgame show coming up next. We'll talk to head coach Josh Pultz and probably Owen Hagen or JT Schlafer or both. Back after this on Selesky Sports.
We have something that we're trying to create at Key Savings Bank called Outward Energy. We don't just want to have the doors open, our members walk through. We want to be where they are. We go to meet them, we participate in their events. We think that's vitally important for us to show that Key Savings Bank is a part of the communities that we're in.
We received a very positive reaction from our community. On average, we had 250 to 300 kids alone that entered our building for the Halloween party. That didn't include the adults, grandparents, parents that brought the children. It's wonderful to be out in our community grocery shopping with my Key Savings Bank apparel, and families walk up to me and say, "Hey, I attended your Halloween party."
So about a month ago, I was approached by Sheriff Becker of Wood County Sheriff's Department, and he asked me if we'd want to participate in the Back the Badge bench press meet. So Key Savings Bank sponsored, had a $500 sponsorship to that, and I myself participated in that. And it was a really great experience. There was about 40 different people that participated throughout Wood County and actually the state. So with the Sheriff's Department obviously doing so much for us and throughout the community, it was just our way of giving back.
And now when I tell my friends and family what I'm doing or what I do every day or what involvements I'm in, they're like, "Oh, that's the bank that offered the Halloween party. That's the bank that does the Christmas party. That's the bank that sponsors these golf events." So our awareness alone has just become amazing in the last year.
Key Savings Bank participates in a lot of these events. We love to do it. We love to know the community and the other businesses within the community. It's rewarding to see smiling faces. The kids event, when we bring them pizza, there's not just one winner, there's multiple winners. Cheese pizza is one of the coolest things that these kids love. And just seeing the smiling faces is outstanding. Probably the funnest event that we do is what you see behind me here is our coloring contest for the local kids. It's a fun event. We do a lot of fun stuff with it on our Facebook page. The voting goes nuts because it's the community that votes for it. And at the end, there's a lot of participation. So that's the best event.
We had Thursday grill outs. We did that. We were raising money for the Rome Canine Division. We set up in mid-June to have grill outs each and every Thursday, all the way through till the middle of August.
Numerous amount of golf outings where we raise money specifically for that event through our whole sponsorships and games that we play.
My employees right now are all very active in participating in literally hundreds of events over the last 2 years that make Key Savings Bank a part of this community. We think that's very important.
Good. All right. Welcome back to Assumption High School as the Royals pick up a big win here tonight over Chequamegon. Coach, it was we talked about it on the broadcast, needing some momentum, needing some energy, something to cheer about and have fun about. You guys had in the first half and got a big win.
Yeah, it's been a interesting start to the year, and I couldn't be more proud of the boys. We didn't play well last Friday night, and we had a good week of practice, and the boys are confident, know how talented we are, but sometimes it just takes a little bit of time. It was nice to play at home in front of the awesome crowd, but hats off to the kids. They played awesome.
And again, we mentioned it the first 3 games. Have to find a second, third, fourth scorer other than JT. I think 8 or 9 guys scored in the first half, and obviously got contributions from up and down the lineup.
Yeah. I just went out. When I was upstairs there, I told the kids, every single kid that played tonight, I'm proud of you guys. Everybody stepped up. It was a total team victory. Chequamegon, they're very well coached. They play so hard, and we matched their intensity and then some.
Get right back into conference play against Edgar on Tuesday. What do you guys build off of this one to take on the Wildcats next week?
Yeah, we're home against Edgar on Tuesday, Merriwood South battle. Confidence. I mean, that's what it is. I think the boys just needed a win to get rolling, start to believe a little bit. Have a good practice on Monday and roll the ball out on Tuesday and see what happens.
Perfect. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it. Thank you. We're bringing our Celeste Sports players of the game, JT Schlafer and Logan Nystrom. Don't be shy, guys. JT with 31 tonight, 19 in the first half. Got off to such a hot start in the first half. What was working for you offensively?
Coach talked to me before the game, and he said I just got to lead by example because everybody was sick of losing. So I figured I'm going to put myself and my teammates in the right position to get a win here. So.
Got the job done offensively, but also defensively. Got put on Cooper Mikulski tonight, their leading scorer. What was the game plan defensively?
Coach told me to try to keep him in the front. If he gets by, our help side was there all night long. So we held him to a few less than he was averaging, so that was good.
All right, don't go too far. We'll bring in Logan Nystrom here. Logan, we've talked about on the broadcast a couple of times. Just have to watch the ball a couple times, go through that. You struggled the first couple games, got hot tonight. What was working for you from beyond the arc?
I just made the first one, and I just knew it was my night, so I just kept shooting. Coach kept telling me all week at practice to just keep shooting. You're gonna see it go through eventually.
Confidence is such a big part of basketball. Obviously, you watch a couple not go in, get that first one, get the momentum from beyond the arc. What can you build from tonight, going especially a big game against Edgar on Tuesday?
Just looking to get reps in this weekend, and we're gonna look to keep our momentum going into Tuesday.
Well, what does it tell you? Obviously, you guys. I don't want to say struggle to score in the first 3 games, but 76 tonight offensively is a big offensive output. What was the big jump here tonight to get that big output?
I think it was just our energy. We came out and we got off the bus tonight, and that really helped us throughout the whole game.
All right, we're gonna put you guys in the house, all right? All right. I'm JT Schlafer. I'm Logan Nystrom.
I'm JT Schlafer.
I'm Logan Nystrom.
And we're in the house.
Thank you, guys. Congratulations. Thank you, guys. All right, with that, we're going to sign things off here from Assumption High School. Royals 76, Chequamegon 66. Big conference win and a big first win of the year for the Assumption Royals. JT Schlafer, career high 31 points tonight for Assumption. We'll be back with you next week. Check out our schedule at SeleskySports.com. For my producer, Josh Bush, my broadcast partner, Paul Jaglinski. Big shout out to Macy Vollard, Ashlyn Dolan, who did the girls game for us here tonight as well. Have a great rest of your night. Have a great weekend. We'll talk to you again next time right here on Celesky Sports.